Hello, this is Wupe, and thank you for joining me again. So, today I've got very difficult news to share with you, and the news came this Friday. This Friday, the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, announced that Google will be laying off 12,000 workers. Let that sink in. That is 12,000 families that are not going to be having an income, a regular income. And this news does not come in a vacuum. This news follows also Microsoft, who earlier announced that they will be laying off 18,000 of their workers, and Microsoft also announced that they will be laying off 10,000 of their workers. Now, this is devastating news. This is devastating news, especially if you are one of the families that are being laid off. Because let's just be honest, losing a job brings a lot of anxieties. It brings depression. It brings a lot of things with it. And you might think that this is just a small number of people being laid off. But when you put all these companies that are laying off their workers together, it is a huge number, because these are only a few tech companies that are announcing and coming out openly. They are smaller companies. There are other companies that are laying off their workers. And these layoffs, it is going to affect the society. It isn't going to go unnoticed, because that them being laid off, these workers being laid off, it means people no longer having the ability to pay off their mortgage. It means that they cannot borrow. They have no borrowing power. It is going to affect them in a lot of ways. It means that the things that they could easily afford and easily pay for, they can no longer afford or pay for those things. And despite the fact that Google has announced that they will be giving their workers 16 weeks of severance pay plus 2 weeks for each additional year that they have worked for Google. But what is that? What is that? Because eventually you know that this money is going to run out. And even if you suggest to say, well, they can look for other employment, it is not as easy as we would like to think of it. Finding new employment is not that easy, especially in this economy where everyone has started to panic. Everyone is seeing the onset of a recession, and everyone is panicking and cutting down on costs. So these people that are being let go, they are in a desperate position. And I hope that they have got accommodation and other sources of income that they can mitigate this gap which has been created. Otherwise, if they're just going to be more than thousands, actually, if they're just going to be thousands of people out there unemployed, you're going to see higher crime rates. You're going to see a high rate of homelessness. You're going to see all these things coming back to bite us in the back because of these layoffs that are being carried out. So this news has really affected me, and I thought that I should share with you so that if you know someone who is affected by these layoffs, visit them, give them a word of encouragement. Let us be each other's keepers. And if you're able to help in any way, find ways that you can help them, because it can't be easy. And I know that these big companies, they are saying that they are cutting down on costs so that they maximize their profits or prioritize their capital and things like that. But the one who is going to be affected the most is you and me, the regular people who are looking for employment. But I also want to give a shout out for those who have extra incomes, those who have businesses that they are able to mitigate this gap that has been created. But I also understand that business is not for everyone, and not everyone is out there having a business or creating a business. So either way, this is going to affect us. And it is just my prayer and encouragement that we are going to take this initiative to be each other's keeper, to pray for one another, to support one another, so that this does not open a doorway for crime, does not open a doorway for violence, that there will be some stability and some sense and oneness in communities that will not allow this to bring us down. So that is the news that I had for you today. So Google is joining the tech companies who are laying off their workers, and it is sad and it is bad as it gets. So please watch out for one another out there, and see you in my next video. Thank you for joining me. Have a lovely day. Bye.